Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 between Avengers and Power Rangers here in the Wellplay Invitational. My name is Dragon Drop, I'm joined by Annie, Dr. Cole British on stats, and as you can tell, we have mastered time. Time is indeed at our fingertips. We can choose whether it flows or not here. Right now, we're just preventing these two teams from getting the draft in, because we still have to digest that last game. Just kidding. J4, the captain is disconnected, so game is able to be paused. Annie, yeah, we have some time now. Your thoughts on this last game now again? What happened?
I think it was Power Rangers playing really cohesively, and Avengers, they had some decent strategies. The Spectre, like we talked about earlier, was pretty greedy, needed a little bit more babysitting, a little bit more spoon feeding the kills, spoon feeding the farm. And so it was like Avengers playing every man for themselves, and Power Rangers, as a pretty long standing cohesive team, really got off the teamwork. I think Power Rangers' only substitution was putting in Goddamn instead of Keanu.
Um, yeah, yeah, I think that was one change. If you look at Power Rangers, yeah, it's just amazing how this roster has been able to stay so stable for so long with just very little changes here. Especially if you look at Cheshire Cat, if you look at J4 Rise as well, they've been on this roster for so freaking long that it's incomparable. But hang on, I'm just gonna message a Rise here.
Ooh, fancy. I want to
Yeah,
message your eyes. Oh
yeah,
wow,
it didn't get
that really was a
chance.
message.
Yeah, he asked me whether I was a soccer fan gay.
Didn't
Just
we
said,
cast him when he was tagged up as
yeah,
Tony Cruz?
yeah,
Okay.
that was a lot of fun. So. And incidentally, Tony Kroos comes from a town in my area, so that's where he started to get his football roots before he went to Bayern München and started his rise to the top of German football essentially and into the national team and everything. So yeah,
Yeah, but
pretty
that's real
cool story.
sports, and real sports are hard. So let's go back to Dota.
Dota's not hard. Like
Oh no, Dota, that's just
what?
child's play. Just click on the pretty colors moving around the screen.
Please leave this Discord right now. Well, there's probably pretty much everyone who can argue that Dota is a lot more complicated than football is. But then again, there's also some football fans that would argue otherwise. But hey, let's not talk about that. Invoker being picked up by Power Rangers, so again, pick that up for Rise. Definitely one of his comfort heroes. Avengers, they get themselves the Faces Void though, and well, if you've seen if you've seen them play that hero, you know that they can play that too. Definitely
Yeah, I
assume
mean,
that Jonas and
usually.
Fan should be able to handle that.
And if we see Black picking up Witch Doctor again, that could be a fantastic combination. They are going to go into their second pick here, dipping pretty heavily down into their pick time. Again, I think Witch Doctor's so in demand. Why not snap him up now?
Yeah. I mean, there's a high chance that it would be picked up by the Power Rangers or banned out in the second phase instead. So the only other reason you wouldn't go for that is if you want to pick up something like Eventual Spirit, which is all around a very solid core, no obvious synergy with the Faceless Void, but generally nice to have. Just have that extra lockdown, the extra scaling potential into the late game. So that's probably what the Avengers are looking at right now. Or maybe they just um want to look at the middle hero. Or the Chen, yeah, obviously. The one hero, the one category that we missed, that Chen jungler. Also very useful to have.
Yeah, I think Chen's a great pickup. His early push, his early army is going to be very successful here. And even just the Hand of God as that built in mechanism before he gets his mechanism online is going to be pretty great. But that means Avengers are going to have slightly weaker lanes. They're going to not be able to run an aggressive try. So I think Power Rangers can really punish that if they want to pick very easy early fight heroes like a gyrocopter. They could go for even a safe lane Quap if they really wanted to go for high early damage.
Yeah. So all very valid options, but once again, the Witch Doctor comes to mind when it comes to support, just being able to deal with the Chen creeps early on. With the cast bouncing between them, sure, you're not gonna necessarily gonna get the lockdown on the heroes, but you kind of take the creeps out with that longer stun duration on them. The Crystal Maiden would also come to mind if you're really worried about that. Just frostbite them up, and then they're kind of useless. Nature's Prophet are gonna be the play, so they want that back for Cheshire Cat. Um, Obviously, one of his strongest heroes by far. And yeah, just gonna go for the pushing route once more with that.
I'm again surprised that Io has made it this far into the pick. He's usually banned out at this point, but I guess not. Witch Doctor going to be taking the ban hammer, so Avengers not going to get that combo online. Who do you want to see as a support on Avengers now?
Um, Vengeful Spirit's still in the pool, surprisingly enough, so it could be a very, very good secondary support for them. I do think that they're gonna pick that up fourth, if anything. Unless it's being banned out or picked up by Power Rangers now. It just fits into every lineup, so the earlier I get it, the better generally. But maybe Avengers want to look towards mid hero as well before these all get banned out. Zeus would still be in the pool. If you want to go for stocks for something solid, as PR, they take out the Death Prophet, which would have been another good option. Uh, any other mid heroes up against Invoker? Phantom Lance actually. Don't know if they run that, but it's something coming out of the SEA scene. Fairly good against the Invoker, discounting some outside influences from other heroes roaming in.
You've also got the Lone Druid that can be run mid.
Yeah.
It's risky. I don't know how well it would fare up against an Invoker, but just that space and that all-out push power in the late game potential that would come out from a Lone Druid could be fantastic for Avengers.
Yep. Wouldn't hate that either. Just extra push, extra tankiness. As I said, very good against the Invoker, just having two heroes to play with more or less. Yeah. Okay, they ban out the Drow Ranger, so recognizing that that's also a potential there for Power Rangers to pick up with two range heroes already. They like to right click early with the Nature's Prophet and the Invoker. So taking that out of the picture. The other thing that I could see for Power Rangers would be the global strat. So if they wanted, they could pick up the Zeus themselves, put the Invoker in one position, or maybe run the Zeus as kind of a support. Plenty of options here if they want to think outside the box a little bit. The next couple of picks should definitely tell us more though about which direction these teams want to go. Okay, Lena. So, so is that going to be
I
core or support?
That's going to be a mid Lena, I think. I think it does fare well up against the Invoker. You've got pretty nice range. You're able to stand back and safely farm for a bit. But if Invoker does go for that cold snap build, Lena has the potential to be punished really, really hard. I think it's risky. I think Lena's going to be able to get her level 6, and Avengers are going for an early game strat because Lena does not hold on well into the late game, whereas Invoker can scale pretty nicely.
Yeah, I would agree. I do remember Shaq playing that a lot, so as you said, that mid Lena, the higher probability of the two. The one to Wyvern pick immediately though for Power Rangers, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, it's great against Chen and all these creeps. You're pretty much always gonna have that extra damage coming out from it. So it's so it's a bit more excusable, but with the Lena pickup, you're not necessarily gonna get a lot out of the Cold Embrace, which is usually the case these days, right? The Cold Embrace is kind of useless. Kind of crazy actually that we see the Winter Wyvern on a team with the Invoker instead of against the Invoker, which I've seen every single time until now. But yeah, how do you feel about this Winter Wyvern pick? Where does he fit in for PR?
I like it. I feel like Winter Wyvern is a slightly more stable version of Oracle in the terms that you can keep your core alive. You can go in with some offensive damage. Wyvern, I think, used to be one of the most in demand supports. I like it here. I would have preferred maybe something a little bit more mobile, like a Dazzle that also has a heal, but I think it'll be pretty stable here and help out with the team fights. They can go in and lock down one person, even just committing maybe even the Winter's Curse onto the Void to prevent any Chronos coming out.
Huh, yeah. Alright, I'm really curious about this Winter pick now. This could be offlane. No, this could be safe lane. Faces Void most likely gonna be the offlane. Could also be still that support Lena here with the mid Windrunner. Also not unheard of. Huh. I don't know what to make of it. Maybe it's just one of these picks. I mean, Windrunner, it's not like it's a bad hero. It's just like it's nothing obvious here for me. It's like no Enchantress on the other team that would just be wrecked by the focus fire. Um, yeah, just gonna have to deal with it, I suppose. But the Doom comes out for Power Rangers. Should be able to deal with the Lena, deal with the Windrunner, deal with the Faceless Void. Just shutting out these heroes when you get the Doom off before they can use their spells. So might be a bit greedy there for PR, running that in the jungle most likely, but I think they can get away with it here in this game, just owing to the fact that Winter Wyvern is a pretty decent support at just zoning out offlaners. even the Faceless Void with the damage over time that he can't really time walk off at every single time. So if they pick a carry now that is more or less self-sufficient, then they should be alright.
I think, again, this is a very greedy draft from Power Rangers. The Doom is going to be fantastic at disabling a single target, but now that you've got a Windrunner in the pool, you've got a Faceless Void with his Chronosphere that he's always going to threaten, you've got Alina with that Laguna. She'll be an easy target to bring down, but then you commit your long cooldown on the Doom, and what other use do you really get from him?
Yeah. That's a good question, right? I mean, Doom is the... If you pick up a Doom, you kind of want to take out one hero, make sure that the enemy hero is kind of useless in a fight, and then after that you just stand around there, kind of tank some damage, right? That's your whole job. Maybe get right click off with that is Fiery Blade every once in a while.
Alright, so support Lena, carry Gyro. I like this pick from Avengers a lot. I think it's going to be able to be super, super dominant in the early levels. I just worry that there's no real babysitter. Lena kind of, as a support even, is out for herself. She'll use the Light Strike Arrays to set up some kills, but she's not really a healer. She's not really anyone that can give mana. You're putting a lot of pressure onto your Chen to get up the early mechanism in the early levels.
Yep. Do agree indeed. They need to get some momentum going with this lineup. Lena is kind of a hero that only works if you're behind, if you're ahead or even. As a support, it's a bit better. You don't rely on Lena getting huge as much. Same time, if you look at Power Rangers lineup, they're not exactly all that susceptible to early aggression. Maybe to early push, right? I'll give them that. From the Chen, if that comes out, they shouldn't really be able to defend it tier 1s. But Doom is pretty tanky. Kling's kind of hard to lock down. Winter Wyvern also has some defensive capabilities. Invoker. Rise should be good enough to dodge any sort of ganks coming his way. Same for Cheshire Cat. So, yeah, well, we can take a look more at how the lanes shape up after we introduce ourselves and these heroes once again. Of course, if you're just tuning in, welcome. You've missed a pretty good game 1, so hey, it's all on you. But for now, my name is Dragon Job. I'm joined by Annie, as well as Dr. Corporal British on stats, so he's responsible for the boxes on the top right side. These are the teams. Power Rangers on the Radiant side, we got Bignum on the Doom. Arise playing the Invoker. Cheshire Cat back on Nature's Prophet. J4 playing the Winter Wyvern down here in the bottom. We've got Goddamn on the Clinks and no early engagement, so I can hand over to you.
Alright, on the side of the Avengers on the Dire, we've got Jonas here on this Void, trying to harass the heck out of Goddamn in this mid lane. We've got MG on the Windrunner. Following him up, it's going to be Boogie on the Chen, trying to block up these creeps. And in the top lane, we've got Black going in with the Light Strike Array, getting down these Nature's Prophet Treants. And finally, on our carry, we're going to have Solitude on the Gyrocopter.
Yeah, it looks like this one Treant will be able to survive. Another nice little Light Strike Array. Just say no to that, but hey, there's new creeps, new Treants. Can you get them? I get 2 creeps, 3 creeps. Alright. Nicely done for Cheshire Cat, just getting that free experience uncontested. But yeah, this game 2, Avengers definitely need to pull something out. In terms of lanes here... yeah, go ahead.
What do you feel about the Clinks in the safe lane position? I think he's gonna do fine on his own. Winter Wyvern will have the freedom to rotate, but I just don't know if that was the pick here. I mean, why the Clinks as opposed to any other carry?
Well, I was talking about how they could really use a self-sufficient core. Winter Wyvern is good at zoning out, but as you said, you kind of want to have that available to help out other lanes as well. Speaking of other lanes, Solitude at top, taking a lot of harassment here. Bignum just running him down. Has the Satyr Shockwave available actually? That should be the first blood here. There it is! Yeah! Hadouken! Oh, what? I don't know how to make the sound effects. I wish I had a soundboard, but hey, it's definitely just a good play. Something that only a Doom can do this early on.
Yeah, we were talking about a couple games ago, just never underestimate that Satyr nuke, and well, you put it onto your hero, and that's how potent it is. So Gyrocopter, he's gonna head back now. Did have to spend up the gold for a TP, missed out on a little bit of XP and farm, so Solitude not having the start that a Gyrocopter would like.
Cheshire Cat again making the side pull happen without losing his clarity. So lucky in that as Boogie is actually contesting the top rune. Bignum though gets the bounty. Now teleport comes in. No, will be cancelled. Never mind. A little bit further
Cheshire Cat.
forward, Cheshire Cat goes for the bottom block. Black is there. We have Let's Rock Array on too. That should be enough to keep Boogie safe, unless Cheshire Cat wants to go a bit further here. Throws a couple of trees, and right clicks should do the trick here. Just need a little bit more. Boogie eats his way through the trees, and yeah, he should be able to survive unless they want to come in really deep here. Black is the one, though, taking a lot of damage from the Fiery Blade, the Infernal Sword, and that Light Strike Array right on the tower. Boogie's still alive. Same for Black, but for how long? Self comes out,
Oh!
and the last swipe of that sword will be enough to claim the kill. That is a deep dive if I've ever seen one. And at the same time, down the bottom lane, you know, some fun. Trying to deal with Goddamn here, but the heals come out. Now he's actually dropping quite low. Has the time walk, some of the damage off, but no regen on him. He'll have to go back to base now.
Yeah, this is a very aggressive lineup early on. PR obviously getting a little bit more out of it, almost losing the Void there as well. We haven't talked a whole lot about the mid matchup. Arise versus MG, Invoker versus Windrunner. In terms of overall last hits, they're pretty much even. Who has higher kill potential? Because MG has a lot of evasion there from the value point in the Windrun, but Arise, he has the Cold Snap ready to go as well as the EMP to burn the mana.
Yeah. Thing is, EMP is not instant, so you're always going to be able to get the Windrun off. And the Cold Snap is useless without any sort of right-click damage over time. I mean, obviously it's not having that earn. But I actually really like Arise going for the Quartz Vex build as a result in this middle lane, because you're not going to be able to rest the Windrun out in a normal ways as much. Right? Normally it's just the Forge Spirits and Cold Snap and everything like that, just chipping away at the health. It's not going to be as easy, so just go for Quartz Vex. Make sure to provide a little bit of extra control. That's going to come in handy later down the line when the Faceless Void gets going, once he has his level 6. Once he wants to come in. If you catch him with a Tornado MP, that Chronosphere is going to be taken out of the picture. And now Wyvern can heal himself up. Don't quite have the nukes available, and Gotham is there. Might be able to turn on the strafe, looking for the right clicks. Boogie will end up falling. J4 with the Arctic Burn, able to go across across the trees. Almost got him there, but almost is not enough in Dota.
Yeah, that Cold Embrace was pretty fantastic. So the fact that Wyvern's skilling 1-1-1, it's not unusual, but in that instance, certainly saved her life.
Yeah, it's having that utility available. Pretty much every single time you do that. Actually, some with the Wyverns forgo the Cold Embrace.
Oh, Big Num.
He has the Scorch Earth going. It's only level 1 though, and they have plenty of magical burst. A couple of right clicks. Yeah. Exactly.
He was not as tanky as he thought he was. Now Void, again, having to leap off some of the damage coming up from Goddamn, but Goddamn is leading up the last hit chart and not feeling any pressure here, really. If you're Avengers, do you start rotating here for the Clinks? Because as soon as Clinks hits 6, he's going to start rotating, and he has so much damage.
What can you do, though? I mean, you don't have the Chronosphere, which is what you need to bring him down. Because Chen... it's gonna take a bit of a misplay, a bit of an overextension there from the Clings for Chen to be able to do something. Right? So it's that's exactly why they picked this hero, right? To come back to the question earlier. Clings can be left alone, it's gonna be able to win the lane, it's gonna be able to get his farm, and later down the line it's gonna be able to add to the push with the Searing Arrows. And the Void can't really do anything against this. Right, we were talking about the damage over time up against the Time Walk from just the Arctic Burn, but the Searing Arrows are similar kind of deal, right? Just chip away at him every once in a while. And the Faceless Void, who's so good up against these nukes coming out that you sometimes see from Lion or stuff like that, just to control into nuking. It's not here in this lane, so Faceless Void can't get as much as he normally would. So this lane definitely working out for them. Middle lane, still kind of even.
Down
Maybe
bottom, we got the dust!
God.
Goddamn, going in. It's going to get netted up here now. Looks like Void wants to go through. We'll cast the Time Dilation. J4 here to save the day. Looks like Clink is actually able to get a return kill onto the Void, as Void was not able to jump away because of the Time Dilation. So what started out as a nice gank from Avengers did not work out in their favor.
Didn't I just tell you? Didn't I just tell you this wouldn't be enough? I guess
you
Avengers
said exactly that.
Yeah, I guess Avengers didn't listen. Oh man. Alright. Let's talk about it a little bit middle lane a little bit more. I mean, the Windrunner versus Invoker should be a relatively even matchup, but 10 more CS or 8 more CS right now on the rise. Is it just outplayed? Or is it just really something in the matchup that I might have missed?
I mean, I think Arise is just a fantastic mid laner. There's really no doubting that, and Windrunner, she's doing fantastically as well. She's been rotating around a little bit more, but she is always going to be on the defensive just because Invoker is spooky. He has the threat of always dropping out the tornado, always dropping out the EMP, whatever else is coming to him here. And I think in this case, a Windrunner is going to need to play safe in the laning phase and then have to rotate with her team, go in for buildings, build up the Ags. And, well, for now, MG might be in a little bit of trouble here as Doom might find him out. Has the pack leader's aura and the crit from the Alpha Wolf, but no real Doom coming out just yet as he's only level 4. Oh god, we're drawn on the map again. I didn't catch what that one said.
That tornado, what's the range on that? 1600s? Not quite sure how much that is. I think if Rise walks up to like here, to where the Power Rangers banner is on the river, might be able to get the tornado off across to MG. Windrunner shouldn't really be standing around there for too long. I don't think they can get the kill here without the Doom when he's hard locked down. Alright,
I mean,
we talked about Klings. Let's talk about Gyrocopter a little bit, who's gotten almost as much free farm up top here.
I mean, he did have that early death. That was pretty unfortunate, but he has recovered a little bit. He's sitting behind the Clinks in terms of farm, but he'll be able to catch up. He does have 3 points in the Rocket Barrage, not going for the missile, which is pretty typical of a hard farming, just get in, get the kills kind of gyro, not the harassy missile gyro. So this should be pretty successful, but in order to get the most use out of it, Avengers need to start rotating as soon as Void has Chrono, go in as 3, 4, 5, and get the kills down.
And the hotkeys. We're Spartan. No, goddamn, again. Yeah, I can't use auto. This is... Spring cleaning is supposed to fix issues, not bring them in. Yeah, hashtag spring cleaning. Thanks for that, British. Absolutely right. Might as well add a hashtag reborn into that as well. Oh goddamn, that's not that. Do they have more? Yeah, they do have more detection. So this time around, there's a cold embrace though. After all the nukes have come out, so Gotham will be able to stay alive a little bit longer. Didn't have enough here. Rotation in from Arise comes in with a tornado EMP, and once again, Black ends up dying. Same for Boone. Cheshire Cat says hello, and this is the +1, the +2. That makes PR so damn good. Makes Cheshire Cat so good on the Nature's Prophet, in this instance also Rise with the TP. In the right mind, at the right place at the right time. Beautiful play.
That rotation from Arise was fantastic, and it seemed like Avengers, they went in, they almost got what they wanted to, but Winter Wyvern, she was on point, J4 with the Cold Embrace, and Clinks is so slippery now. If you're Avengers, clearly the plan of rotating in with just the Chen and the Void isn't working. How do you secure that kill?
Tornado EMP onto MG, got the Winter off, all its mana burn out. That should be it here, no Doom, any sort of follow-up there from Bignum right there available. Yeah, sorry, can you repeat the question?
If you're Avengers, how do you make sure the Clinks goes down? Because rotating him with just the Chen and the Void is not working.
Yeah, you need your ultimates. You need your level 6 on Black, just to have that extra burst available. You need your level 6 on units farm. Just to make sure to lock him down further, right? I mean, the Chen net's not gonna be enough. Time knocks not going to be enough, you need something harder. So I think they just need to fall back into their own jungle, get their levels up and running, then they should be fine. Or, alternatively, just use Solitude here. Gyrocopter moving in now. Might be able to get J4 here with the Colon coming out. Should have enough magical bursts here, even with the Cold Embrace coming out. There it is, light through grey. Barely enough to get that one.
And that was Void's level 6 as well. That's a really important kill there for Avengers. They're putting themselves back on the board. Mid lane, though, looks like it might be going down here, as we're going to have everyone diving pretty deep. Doom goes through, still sitting on level 5, so no ultimate for him just yet. Boogie goes in, trying to get everyone down, but the Treants locking the Chen in place. The Tornado EMP is enough to secure the kill on the Chen. Now MG will get locked down. No mana left for Windrunner. Goes in with Value Point Windrunner, but not enough to keep him alive, so Arise again with the double kill. This guy's Invoker is even better than I remembered.
I'd also call shenanigans because Cheshire Cat was standing here, he got hit by Shackle, which didn't latch on anything. Right? Normally you see shackles that go like from here, like this kind of thing, shackling to a tree here, when you cast it from there, right? maybe it's just because it's Nature's Prophet, right? He has an understanding with the trees.
I mean, he speaks for the trees, man.
Yeah. But hey, yeah, once again, Arise just making it work. He is sitting at 4-0-0. Went for the face boot straight into the urn, not going for the Midas that we see so many invokers go for. I should get it now. If he wants to, but
That's a little bit late. Do you think that's the right call?
it's always the right call in the invoker. Like,
That's
the
pretty true.
levels are just so valuable. Right? It's no question. It's just always going to be useful. Unless you get it like 30, 40 minutes in, obviously, but...
Okay, goddamn, rotating very aggressively here, looking for another kill onto Boogie. He's just gonna go in, he's gonna unload, eats up a creep, immediately turns onto the Chen, gets a kill, might get punished by the Chronosphere. Black is gonna come in, has the Light Strike Array casting up, he's gonna get stun locked in place. Goddamn, will get revealed by the Sentry Ward, shackled to the tree and unloaded upon by the Lina, but Chen is just so miserable right now.
Yeah.
He's level 3, oh buddy.
That was almost worth it just in terms of psychological warfare, but in terms of metrics, that is a lot of gold actually going the way of Avengers. So in that sense, big mistake there from the Klinks player, but hey. Metal Force efforts, yeah. Medallion of Courage 6 and 7 only actually. I feel like it's a really good item. Like it discounts. Nice EMP there on Solitude. Kind of like a discount Desolator.
Mid lane, there's gonna be, oh, TP cancelled, and now TP will go through from the Nature's Prophet onto the Void. Void has no Chrono, so maybe able to punish him going in with a Sprout. No, just some right clicks, keep him out of lane, and farm up for the Nature's Prophet. Down bottom, well, Gyrocopter and Moonrunner rotating together, gonna get hit by the Splinter Blast, and Solitude actually below half health. Is there punish for that?
Well, sitting on the side, he doesn't actually have a TP scroll. The question is, does PR know that? They're definitely looking here as Cordon comes out to try and keep them away, but Rise not getting caught by that. He's on the hunt. He wants Solitude, gets a cold snap off, and that should be a kill. That was just outmaneuvered there from PR. Maybe I spoke too soon. Solitude's still alive. He keeps keeping track of him though.
Oh, Invoker with the one right click, brought down just low enough because of the neutral, so what was a deny is a kill secured, and honestly, Arise is just having too good of a game. We're 11 minutes in, he's 5-0-0, has a completed urn, and a Midas, and phase boots. He's going to be probably working towards the Ags next, unless he wants to go for something luxury like a Blink in between. How do you shut down the Invoker while also dealing with the Klinks that is omnipresent on the map right now?
Game is hard, is all I can say to that. Got them looking for another pickoff. Quite easy here, considering what happened last time, but if he wants to annoy Boogie more, he can definitely go for that. But there's still a sentry here, just walks across it. They have one more on Shen, drop it down, but where's the lockdown here? Don't quite have it unless Jonathan Fan wants to go for a blind corner right the hell now. He actually walks across another sentry to enable him to do that safely, but Tornado MP is there, Boogie. Outside of it, Gotham's Invis again, no more sentries available. Meanwhile, in the back, cooldown came out. The damage on the rise, not quite good enough here. Bignam now with the Doom and the Solitude, a couple of right clicks, so much damage coming out from that Fiery Blade here. They might need to deny it here, might not get a chance. So Gotham on the back side gets the kill. And you look at the Shackle onto Bignam, but this Gotham just cleaning house here. But MG and Jonathan Fan with a DD running on him. They do actually make the trades happen, 3 for 2. Maybe not the best heroes to give away there for Avengers, but definitely some good heroes to get.
Yeah, in terms of overall gold change and XP, it was heavily in favor of Avengers. Just getting down the Invoker was absolutely worth that entire fight. That's 900 gold going to the Gyrocopter, and of anyone on the team, he's the one that needs it the most. He's going to be picking up the helm of the Dominator very soon, and after that, he should be able to take these fights a little bit safer.
Yeah. MG as well, getting a lot of gold off of that particular exchange. Goes for the Mithril Hammer now, so what do you think that's actually going to go into? Is it they're going to be a BKB straight up? Or a Desolator?
Who am I looking at? Windrunner?
Yeah.
I think Desolator. I think that's going to be the play. Deso into Ags, even a Maelstrom, I think would be alright. But here, Arise going through with the Tornado. No mercy for this guy. EMP going to get lifted up, catching onto 2. Solitude has no more mana. He's trapped in the Sprout, and he will end up going down despite his best efforts with the lifesteal. Nuke comes through from the Satyr and the Chen creeps, but Chen is not big enough to fight this fight. In fact, there's going to be a stomp catching out onto Rise. They're going to go through. Damage onto Boogie now. He's going to get Light Strike Arrayed up, catching Bignam in place, but Boogie does end up falling to the right clicks of Winter Wyvern. That's not where you want your Chen right now.
Well, this goes just to lock Jonathan Fan down a little bit here. Bignam does have another sword, but Jonathan Fan has plenty of mana for the time walk across, so they won't catch him just yet. And now they probably should not continue any further. Instead, they're focusing on bringing the creep in, putting in a tower. Is the same what Goddamn is doing right now towards the middle lane. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a Desolator. It's gonna be Maelstrom. Okay, that's something I did not consider, but it looks of it here with the Lover's Face. But now, once again, aggressive time walk. You know, some fun. This ends up being burned out in terms of mana. I don't know what he was thinking there. Looking for a Chrono, I
He
suppose, but there was no follow-up in place anyway. It's like,
he wanted to go in and
uh,
be super spooky and, zoning everyone, but for right now, PR have no problem completely taking him down. And in fact, I'd say we're not that far off from a GG. This kill score is 15-6. Overall net worth is almost 7,500 in favor of PR at under 15 minutes in the game.
got the top lane here, Bignum. He has a target, locks in onto Solitude, gets a Doom off. Needs a little bit of extra help, and there's more interceptors coming in. Goddamn, Cheshire Cat teleporting in. They want the Gyrocopter, and they will get it. Tier 2 is just not safe anymore. Nice little light strike from Black, but now he's being caught as well. The avalanche of heroes here is just too much for Piana. Yeah, do not finish that TP. Whoever that was. That would have been bad. Really, really bad. Jonas Fafani still has the Chronosphere. But
he wants to go in, but where's the follow-up? In terms of right-click, your Gyro's dead. Void himself is hitting at under 100 a smack.
It's like a noodle.
Windrunner,
Hitting like a noodle.
Yeah, she's got the Maelstrom to go in with the Chain Lightning. That's going to be great for her holding the high ground, but a team with a Gyro and a Void and a Chen doesn't want to be holding the high ground at 15 minutes in. This is one of the things we talked about in the draft, that PR they're playing with so much synergy, their execution is completely on
there
point.
It is, Chronosphere will hit on Cheshire Cat, but no one else will rise. Will Tornado on the backlines, preventing the follow from Black, and now Chronosphere will stop. Nice shot Shackle though, on the Cheshire Cat. They will end up bursting down Solitude with a good call down. Some good damage here from the Rocket Barrage. Rise should end up falling to all of that as well. They forgot them with Lena giving her own life for the cause. Now J4, no ultimate. Yeah, there's no ultimate available here. No, damage on Jones Fan, not going to be enough to bring him down, I don't think. But enough to make sure at least the Winter Wyvern as well as Bignan will be able to walk away. But that is some very good kills. All three cores down the drain for Power Rangers.
That's that's a really nice hold from Avenger, and that was on the back of what looked like kind of an awkward Chronosphere. I think a big component of that is that Arise ended up walking into the edge of the Chronosphere, allowing for a more successful call down from the Gyrocopter. So maybe PR just starting to play a little bit sloppy, and Avengers looking to punish every single mistake.
If they need to, and that kind of brought him right back into the game. Jonathan Fan, yeah, I don't think he can really man mode up against Cheshire Cat with his own Maelstrom without the Chronosphere. But yeah, looking at graphs after all of that, it was almost a 10k net worth advantage for Power Rangers, brought down to about 7.5k for Avengers. Experience looking much, much better for them actually, in the grand scheme of things. And now looking for more. They had this big ancient stack they're going to be able to bring down, but now MG caught with the cold snap, caught with the MP. He should end up falling here. So out of that, and he will. Now this ancient stack not actually safe. He got them. Caught in the front lines. He was striking it down. Now being saved by the cold embrace as the damage was going back towards him. Now Jonathan Fan and Boogie, they have to be on the right, safe for Solitude, but he's doomed up. The time dilation, kind of the one thing that's preventing PR from really chasing and bringing down the Gyrocopter, but they will finish up his ancient stack. Don't think he got many of these right clicks there. Many of these last hits. That's a huge, huge deal. Look at the fight recap with the buyback too from the Windrunner.
Oh. I mean, looking at just overall net worth breakdown, in the top 5, all 4 of them are Radiant Heroes. The Gyrocopter, the only one really holding out any hope for Avengers, and even then he's being surpassed so heavily by a mid-invoker, by an off-lane Prophet, and a safe-lane Clinks that even if Gyrocopter lands the perfect fight and sprays out all the damage he possibly can, even if he gets all the items that he needs, the rest of his team just feels so far behind. Shen is really, like, he just hit level 7, he doesn't have a completed mechanism. It just feels like such a weak impact.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and that allows you to kind of ignore these heroes more. I mean, you don't really need to worry about Black as much, you don't need to worry about Jonas and Fan as much. I mean, obviously the Chronosphere is going to be huge, but a little bit less. You can afford to focus more on the Gyrocopter, bring him down at the beginning of the fight to just take that net worth, what little net worth he has, out of the picture entirely as well. Now middle lane. See another engagement here. Fan still smoked up, does have the Chronosphere available. They can get God down, that would be pretty damn good, but now Universe is up. Looks like PR knows something's up. Avengers, they just have to get the hell out. Right. What is their way back into this though?
It's gonna be a very steep road to climb. I think in every fight you need to get down the Invoker and the Clinks to have comeback potential, which is easier said than done. I think the Dusts are pretty great here. Chen holding on to some good vision with the Dusts, also has the smokes. Lena as well holds on to the Dust and the Sentry Wards, so they're doing what they need to do to have the most impact. Now we're gonna have a smoke into Roche from the Radiant. But maybe some pickups first. Arise scouts out that there's a gyrocopter through. Tornado EMP is going to connect. They're bringing Cheshire Cat as well. They are just slapping down Solitude. Hand of God comes out. He's alive for now. He's sprouted up. He will end up going down. There's going to be a nice call down, though, before he falls. Is going to do some serious damage to Cheshire Cat and Bignum, J4, and Arise. All caught in there, but the Winter's Curse is too much. Wyvern kills off the Lena, using the help of her own teammates. There's going to be a Doom now onto the Faceless Void. He's running back. He's ticking low. Do they have enough damage to get him down? It is going to be a level 2 Doom, so he will get sent back to the well and will end up living.
And it was just Power Rangers walking right over them. That was like as good as the current as you could expect, catching 2 heroes, but once again the follow wasn't there. Tornado EMP had already done the damage to Gyrocopter, burning away all his mana, so even if he wanted to, he couldn't really turn around, do anything. Then, yeah, Winter also way too far away to do anything. Now that's gonna be a free Roshan on the back of that. With Medallion, easy pickings. And Medallion just a Solar Crest now as well. And a Desolator, okay.
I mean...
Hello?
I know I hate to like tap out or count anyone out, but Avengers, their high ground hold isn't fantastic. I think once, or slash if PR is able to break high ground here in the next couple of minutes, that's going to be it. I mean, there's a Clink slipping around. We are going to have Void just forced out here by a support Wyvern. That's not where you want to have your offlaner at this point in the game.
Yeah. Chronospheres are good, but he even went for the Vladimir's offering. Don't really agree with this situation. I mean, I feel like to make the plays that you need to make, kind of need a Blink Dagger. Just catch PR off guard. Speaking of guard here, Bignum dies again. I did not Bignum here, the Chen. Who was that? Boogie this time around.
I mean,
Goddamn,
either
we'll need
way,
another creep and...
It's a clean pick for PR, which is what they've been doing all game. The synergy from these guys is incredible. Cheshire Cat is everywhere he needs to be. Goddamn is just this ever-powerful presence that is seemingly in all lanes at once. Now Black goes in with a Light Strike Array, stopping up the creep wave a good amount, and they're going to rotate back in MG with a nice power shot. They do go through. They're going to get a nice route. More trees fighting for PR now, and I mean, Bignum is so freaking tanky. He doesn't care about any of the damage spraying out.
Nice shackle there on Cheshire Cat is dropping low, but being kept alive by his own mechanism. Now Jonas Fun with a pretty good chrono on the back, catches 3. J4 is there though, has the old Winter's Curse ready if he needs it. Black throws his ultimate, no one dead just yet, it's gonna be the Doom first. But same for for the Faceless Void on the other side. Got them still alive though. Still holding on to the Aegis, still dishing out the damage. They have to use a buyback, but that's Faceless Void buyback without a chrono. What is that really going to do? Well, apparently enough to to force PR out anyway. They can re-engage.
I mean, yeah, they're forced back, but they're definitely not forced out. They've got pretty big spells that they still need. They still have the Doom, so once Doom respawns and gets brought back into the fight, maybe that's something they go back in for, but it feels like PR are definitely not playing on a timer, even against a Gyrocopter, a hero that typically scales very well into the late game. He is not scary at all. In fact, he may end up getting brought down here as Clink's gonna go through, gonna chase him into the trees. J4, oh god, Gyro knows something's up. He's panicking. Yeah. He drops the ult. Godtime actually getting very low from the Rock Barrage, but so much damage going through, and Hand of God might not be enough to keep him alive for now. He's spinning, and he will not live to hit the ground.
Well, spinning makes you dizzy, and if you then hit yourself, it's not useful. Nice little stunt there to try and keep Gotham away, but there's the EMP. Might catch back on the edge, not quite. The Deafening Blast does, but oh god! Goddamn! Just need another right click! Ah, doesn't get it. The sandbag is there in time. Just goes to show how much damage he does and how little fear they have. Pushing out like this with no mana, with time dilation on top of them. He's so annoying. The Bignum, yeah, well, he's on frontline. He has a Doom available, and oh god, Cheshire Cat. I didn't even notice him going that deep, but they do get to kill. Jonas finally caught with his power. Needs to sway through. Jesus just seems forced back to the fountain, and even that seems very unsafe for Avengers right now as they lose their set of racks down there. PR, well, just gonna fall back, take a break, eat a Kit Kat or something, get some Blink Daggers on the Invoker as well as the Winter Wyvern. That's a sport Winter Wyvern. I think 6k net worth.
This support winner Wyvern is just dominating the Chen, the Lina, and the Void. Fantastic play from J4, always going in. Those cold embraces, even in the early game laning stage, were completely on point, allowing the Clinks to snowball the way he is. Clinks is sitting on about 2k gold. What's his next item pickup here?
Uh, for, for the Clinks? Good question. I mean, you can go anything really. Just go more damage, go get a crit stick. Why not? Doesn't really matter. um, what matters is his next team fight. It almost feels like Avengers' last-ditch effort, but they know that they've been spotted out with the ultimate coming through there from Cheshire Cat.
Apparently, we are being hosted and casted onto the Chinese stream. We are going to have an EMP tornado coming through. It will catch out Gyrocopter. He burns all his mana. He's just going to get slapped down there. The cold snap from the Invoker doing so much. It's going to be a mechanism keeping everyone alive for now. But it looks like Boogie might be the first to fall. Nice light streak array keeping everyone back for now. But Wyvern going through. Double kill there. Killing spree for goddamn. This might be the final hold. Very few people have buyback on the side of Avengers. And, I mean, there's a 4 to 5, but this is kind of a last-ditch attempt. It's the only one up. Yeah, it's it. It's all done.
GG, well played. Goddamn, we'll end up losing his Aegis, but that's about all that Avengers get from this. What a storm. This is the PR that we know and love, though. I didn't expect much less from them, to be honest. But I did expect more from Avengers, but it's obvious that this recent shuffle, losing Vanscore, definitely hurt them deep.
I honestly think this comes down to Avengers having really strong players individually, but the synergy isn't there. The teamwork isn't there. Obviously, there's been some disruptions in terms of the roster, so they just haven't had as much time to play as a cohesive unit, and it's showing. Whereas Power Rangers, they are so solid right now. I can see them going in, moving very far into this tournament because they are just absolutely everywhere they need to be together. The communication is great, and all their drafts have worked out. So best of luck to Power Rangers further on in the tournament.
Yeah, and with this, we conclude our broadcast for the night. I can finally go to bed or play some Dota myself. Maybe even get some pizza. I think Joey's
Oh,
is
dude,
still
send
open.
some of that over here.
Well, as it stands though, we got some good games today. Really happy. It's a privilege casting those, especially casting them with you, Annie. Thank you very much for joining me. Also, thanks
Aww.
to to Dr. Cobra British joining us on stats. So, yeah. Annie, where can I find you actually? Come
Thanks,
on,
Britt.
British.
Well, if you did enjoy the casting, which I hope you did, you can follow me on Twitter at Android, ANNEEDROID. If you're more of a Facebook person, you can find me on facebook.com/AnnieCasts. And if you have any feedback for how I can improve as a caster, please feel free to let me know. Always trying to get better and, bring the best performance possible. So thank you again for watching. And Drag and Drop, where can everyone find you and your lovely casting?
It's gonna be at Drag and Drop Dota. That's where you can find what I do. I might just get some more Chinese games tomorrow for Epicenter again, if I feel up to it. So it's gonna be early in the morning. Later down the line, we do not have Wellplay, if I'm not mistaken. Gonna take a day off. The next game is scheduled for the 28th or 29th. Let me actually double check that for you guys right now. Um. That's gonna be, yeah, Danish Bears versus Brox is scheduled for the 29th, 1700 CET. But yeah, there might be another game scheduled in between. I'll let you know on Twitter. So hey, follow me there at Dragon Job Dota. Also follow the organizers at D2 Wellplay. Also check out the website wellplay.co or join Dota or Ghost of Gamers. They all have coverage pages here where you should find all the info that you can possibly want about this tournament. But yeah, that's about all the shameless plugs that we have. So all that's left to say is thank you guys very much for watching. See you next time.